Okay guys, if we got the bike jacked up, we're ready to take the front wheel off. Now we have my low profile. I think it's Laren. I don't have my glasses on. Got that low profile Laren floor jack, or motorcycle lift, I should call it. It's a proper name for it. The bike is supported on there. What I also do too is I make sure it's, because this is going to be on that for about a week. Now there's locks on this. See these two levers here? There's also grooves. You see the grooves? In case if your jack leaks, the motorcycle won't move. Because this, you got to remember, when you take these wheels off, it might be up here for 1, 2, 3 weeks, maybe even a month. Now you're saying to yourself, well, what do you just lift the whole bike up? You can do that. But what I do is I use a bottle jack right underneath the frame with a rag on it so it doesn't scratch the frame at all. Make sure, if you do that, make sure it's not touching your rectifier down there. And now over to the wheel. Now underneath here there's two pinch bolts. I have those out already. They're hex bolts. We got those out. And then on this side here, be on your right side, another big hex bolt. Now I have my tire just touching the ground. This is a star bit on this side. Now as you see, I got, that's a star bit. I have the axle almost completely out. And I'm not sure these spacers here are going to fall, so I have to put you guys down. Hey guys, I might be trading my Envoy in. Cross your fingers. I dropped my glasses. Didn't even know it. Almost crushed my glasses. All right, let's see if we can slide this out. Oh yeah, she's coming right out with no problem. There. Got the axle out. Now I have a red high temp grease that I'm going to grease this up. I also did the same thing to the back axle. The axle bolt, I greased it up. And when you grease these up, there just has to be a film on here. Okay, now what we're going to do, since this is loose, now we're going to jack the bottleneck up a little more. Now I jacked it up probably, I'd say about another 1.5 inches to where these bearings here, these little bearings, are clearing my forks, my bottom of my forks. Now I'm not removing the fender and I'm not removing the caliper. It should slide right out. And there you go, boys. There you go. She is out. See, and with this method here, nothing is damaged. It was actually easier than the rear tire. You don't have to take your fender off. You don't even have to remove your caliper. Now, like I said with these calipers, when I first started taking these apart, I made a big mistake. Because I've never dealt with these calipers before. I thought you had to take the thing apart, which is what I did. And there's O-rings inside there. Thank God I put everything back. There's no leaks. But changing these brake pads, you just take the cotter pin out, pin slides out. Then there's a retaining spring that comes off. You change your pads. End of story. So, okay, now we're going to make sure we put these back. What I have here, if I can find it, is a magic marker somewhere. And, oh, that's over there. I'm going to mark right and exactly how they go in. And, but you know, I think these are the same. I think they're both identical. Because I'm going to probably polish these, so we'll put that guy there just like they come out. And okay, now we have to take the tire off the rim, guys. That's for another day. Yeah, but I might trade my Envoy in. Here, hold on a minute. I might trade it in for Cadillac. Yeah, I'm looking at a Cadillac CTS right now. It's a car. It's a 4-door sedan. It's all-wheel drive. Has everything there is in it. Everything that can possibly come with a car is in this thing. It's a 2013. I think they're asking $12,400 and some bucks for it. 91,000 miles. It's in perfect condition. It's certified also. It's a certified used car. Because my Envoy, it keeps on shooting out a P0014 code, which is your camshaft actuator, which I replace that almost every single year. I've had just like repetitive code problems with that. So I changed it. I changed the oil. And it still shoots it out every day. It shoots out the code, and I erase the code. And there's kind of like a rattling noise coming from the front of the engine. Like a little, once it warms up, the rattling noise goes away. Now, it could just be my water pump, which I had replaced 5-6 months ago. Actually, the first water pump the guy put in, it leaked, and he had to put another one in, which was guaranteed. And this is a second water pump in like 6 months. Now, the rattling noise could be a bearing going bad. It could be my timing chain might have skipped a tooth, because that's one of the symptoms. In case if you replace your camshaft actuator, and it keeps on shooting the code, and if your oil's like crystal clear, which mine is, and it keeps on shooting the code, I might have a bad timing chain. So, you know, it has 224,000 miles on it. You know. So the one thing you need is transportation. Without transportation, I'll lose my job. So I'm going to take a look at it tomorrow. Cross your fingers. Let's hope I can make a deal on it. If I get it, I'll make a video for you guys of this thing. It's a gorgeous car. It's black, and it has a titanium interior. You know, yeah, you know, it's a car. If I ever need supplies, I'll have to rent a truck, or I'll have to have supplies delivered. But you know, I can't use the Bigdog all the time. So, all right, guys. Second step now. We're going to, I'll probably have to take the wheel apart. I'll probably have to take the rotor off. I don't know, I'll see. If I can get away from taking the rotor off, I'm not going to take the rotor off. So, alright. This is actually easier than, you can almost do this by hand, guys. That was so easy. I mean, it probably took me, I'd say maybe 5 minutes. So, okay, shut this off. Now we're going to polish the wheel up a little bit here. So I want to give you a close-up here of how these lock in, how the dog blocks lock in. So yeah, what we'll do now is we'll look for any nicks or scratches, we'll take them out. My tire is supposed to be in on Sunday, so we'll see. Saturday or Sunday or Monday. I'm in no rush. Catch you later. Guys, as many times as I polish my wheel, I have no idea how, and I didn't do this. See, I don't know if you can see it right there. I didn't do that when I was removing the wheel, you know, and you can see it better like that. And I've never seen it until now. So I'm going to show you how I take that out. First, what I'm doing is I'm using a Dremel tool. This is, I think this is 300 or 360, if I'm not mistaken. Well, there goes my bit. Okay, after I learned that I turned it the wrong way, keep this around 700 RPM, and we're going to get this scratch out of there first. Okay, they got the scratch out. You can actually see marks in here. I'll have to show you guys this. You can actually see marks in here from whoever changed the tire before. Anyway, see, we got that out. You see that? See that line there? And that's not from me, because I didn't even go all the way around with the tool. So anyway, we're going to try to get that line out of there first. Cut down on time, guys. I'm going to pause you. Now, if I would have let my man down the street from me do this, I would have blamed this on them. You know, and I would have probably flipped out. Probably made enemies with them. I would have thought they did this. Meanwhile, the previous owner must have. Some of you, this may not matter, but you see, what I want is when someone looks at this, I want their eyes to pop out. Let's change, I'm going to get another sandpaper disc on that guy. You guys are getting bored, huh? Okay, I'll pause you again. Gotta let my Dremel cool down, guys. I'm starting to smell the armature. Okay. Now comes the fun. Now, with some 2000 grit, or I can use my wet dry 320. So basically now we just spend about 1 or 2 hours doing this. And I know you guys don't want to hang around for that, so or I have to go to the store and get 1000 grit and then hit it with 2000. And then we'll bump it. Alright guys, welcome back. I want to share a little trick with you guys that I've learned. What I do, I poured some acetone in my little shot glass, and what I do, this is 2000 grit. I dip it in here, and I use this to break down the oxidation. It breaks it down real fast in the aluminum. Well, we'll go over that 2 or 3 times, but let me show you guys the results of what it does. That's the non-touch side, and that's just from, I just hit it a couple times. Now we'll hit that a lot more. This is just the beginning. But what the acetone does is that speeds up the process a little bit. And we'll do the edge too. That way the bead would be nice and smooth. What do you guys think of that little trick there? That definitely. Then we still need to buff this too. So let me pause you guys. Okay, I did about 1/4 of the rim. So I'm still using 2000 grit with acetone. Tell you, that really does. I can still see some of the scratch they made here, but we still weren't going to buff this too yet. So, you know what? I'm gonna buff this real fast for you guys. Now let me show you what it looks like. See, I did from here up to the lettering and date of the wheel. That's another thing they do too. They date the wheel. So you guys see, and this is the side that's still sanded. So let's buff that and see what it looks like. Alright, let's get a little bit of Mother's on. Oh no, this is, yeah, this is Mother's. Alright, my Dremel's getting hot. Okay. Rag. Here we go. Oh yeah, she's getting there, fellas. That acetone definitely speeds the process up a little bit. I will tell you that. Let me hit that again by hand. You know, it's like I said, I polish these wheels religiously. I don't know how many times, and I never saw those. So that's the side that's not prepped. That's actually, excuse me, that's actually passable just like it is. So yeah, some 2000 grit with some acetone. And I think what the acetone does is it speeds up the process of getting the oxidation on here, off of here, and then we buffed it. Okay guys, I gave it buffing by hand. I'm actually amazed at how well this works. It looks just like chrome. I'll buff it one more time by hand. And then we have to do the inside of the wheel and then the other side. But let me show you guys what this looks like. Now, that was where that nick was. I could probably take that down the rest of the way, but I don't want to. I don't know, maybe I'll leave that one like it is. Okay, we're going to do the inside. We'll do this, we'll do these little areas, we'll do all that with the 2000 grit and acetone. And we'll also do these areas too with that. And I'm all out of gloves. So I got to scrub my hand because I have to go to the dealership in the morning. So here you go. That is really decent looking.